So, my friend, I want to ask you, have you been listening to some of my podcasts for a while and identified for yourself all the areas that you feel your business could be better in? Maybe you just are so busy you haven't yet mastered the working as much as you like bit. Or maybe you're just not bringing in the money, like you're struggling with the income, or it's just not enough. Well, it's time for us to have a conversation. In the show notes, there is a link to my evolution call. If you're a dance boss and you are ready to take action, let's have a chat and let's see where I can take you. Welcome, lovelies, to the Ultimate Dance Business Podcast. My name is Deborah Laws, the dance business expert. My passion is to help you turn your passion into profit while guiding you to work less and earn more. I'm super excited to share interviews with you that I know will inspire and motivate you in your schools, as well as my solo shows where I shall be sharing some great tips and strategies. So if you love the show, please do remember to review, subscribe, and share it with your fellow dance boss friends. So let's get stuck into the business of dance. Hello, my lovelies. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we are going to talk about wow, about surprise and delight. Now, there's no one on this planet that doesn't love to be delighted. Not everyone loves to be surprised, I guess, but we all love to be wowed by a business. And there are so many ways that we can really wow our current students, as well as our past students, as well as our future students. And so today is all about creating wow. So I hope you've got a pen and paper, because I'm hoping that you might do a little bit of work after the end of this podcast, or maybe even as I go along, you can pause me if you wish. And I want you to just think about, there's that famous saying about, go the extra mile. It's lonely out there, because not everybody goes the extra mile. Some people just deliver the bare minimum. Some people under deliver the bare minimum. And that's when you get, those times when you might experience a business, walk into a shop or go for a meal and just come out thinking, well, I'm not going there again. That was dreadful. Like, that's when we under deliver. When we deliver just kind of what's expected, that's when somebody might leave. Let's talk about restaurants and kind of go, yeah, that was good. That was nice. We'd come back. But the next time they're thinking about going out for a meal, especially if somebody doesn't go very often, it's normally only very special occasions, they might kind of go, well, we've been there, so let's go somewhere else. Where else should we go? And you might become one of their top 5 favorite restaurants or top 10. And they visit you occasionally. Once every few years, you might see them. What we want is to create such an incredible experience that people just want to come and eat at your restaurant. Like, if they're going to go out 3 times a year, it's probably going to be you all 3 times. And not only that, but they're going to tell everybody else about the fact that they only ever eat in your restaurant and that everybody else should come to your restaurant. Like, when you get that kind of thing going on, we know that you have gone the extra mile. You have stood out for your excellence in some way, shape, or form. And of course, that's what every business wants to be like. So how do we do that in our industry? How do we do it running a dance studio? Well, it's going to have many, many touch points, many places when you could do this. That's why I really highly recommend that you sit down after listening to me and you just spend a few minutes, or you could do this with your team. You could do it on a team retreat day, or you could do it one-to-one with your teachers, or do it with friends and family. Like, they've equally got a say in this, and see where are all the places that we could wow, and what could we do to wow. So first of all, let's talk about some ideas for when someone first steps into your world. Maybe they've made an inquiry, perhaps you saw them at a school fete, perhaps they messaged you on social media. So obviously you have or hopefully you have a process that you take people through. With a bit of luck, it's kind of strategically thought through. And I'm really hoping that you do it in a way that everybody gets delivered that exact same experience. But maybe that just looks like, a thank you for inquiring. Here's the information. Hopefully they get a reminder if they haven't answered in a few days. Perhaps they then come back to you and say, yes, great, we'd like to book a trial. And then they come for their trial and they love it and they sign up, and that's about it. So if that is the case, I really want you to think about what could we do that would make that a whole lot better. So maybe you drop them a little video message the night before their trial from you, the principal, and it doesn't matter whether you're walking around Tesco's, whether you're stood in front of the ironing board, it's just hey, I suddenly thought about the fact that you're coming for your trial tomorrow. Excuse me, I'm in the middle of doing my washing, but I just wanted to drop you a quick video message and say we can't wait to meet you tomorrow. Bring your smile with you. Don't worry about having the uniform, just come in something comfy with bare feet. And we'll be really excited to give you a really lovely class tomorrow when you meet Miss Sarah. Who does that? For any of you that have children and maybe your children go to activities, have you ever experienced a club or an organization doing that before? Probably not. So that would be something that makes you stand out. That's you going the extra mile. And yes, it's bother and it's hassle, and you've got to keep a track of who's going for their trials and who do you have to video today. But, do you want to be a 5-star school, or are you happy being a 2 or a 3-star school? And then maybe they come for their trial and perhaps they go away with something, whether it's a little short video that someone's captured of their child in their class, first class. Maybe it's a photo taken with their teacher on the first day. Maybe you have a lovely media wall where every child that comes for their first lesson has a picture holding your balloons. What do you do on their very first lesson to make that special, to make them go away and have something that they would love to go and tell people about? So I thought I would just share with you guys today the planners that I have produced for dance school owners, because these are flying out of Amazon like hotcakes. And if you don't have yours yet, then all you have to do is pop to Amazon and type into the search Deborah Laws, and all 3 books will come up. So the ultimate dance business planner I designed for you so that you had a little bit of a Deborah on your desktop. The planners are full of business training, tips, motivational quotes, things to do at the start of the month, things to do at the end of the month, ways in which you can plan out your marketing and your retention, and they are selling all over the world. So go to Amazon, grab your #1 best-selling Ultimate Dance Business Planner and enjoy mapping out the growth for your studio. And then sometimes we can get really good at creating this, at crafting this, what we call customer journey, this customer experience. And we are actually quite good at wowing them in those first 2 or 3 weeks. But then once they're in the school, of course, then they get our ongoing love and nurturing and passion from us. But in terms of the wow, do they still get wowed in week 2, in month 2, in year 2? What are you doing to keep wowing them along the way? So these are little touches, like maybe you send them a birthday message, or maybe they have something that they get when they finish their first year with you, like a little certificate or a medal. Or maybe when a child is poorly or they've hurt themselves, maybe, I don't know, they've broken their arm. Perhaps you send a little something in the post because you're not going to see them for a few weeks. Maybe you have something that you do for the parents, like perhaps the week before they start school or the week they start school. Say everybody goes back on the Monday in September. Maybe you have little gift packs that you send out to all the parents of the children that have started school. And these little gift packs are like a tea bag and a Kit Kat and a little poem to say, we're thinking of you you know, your child has gone to school and this is a big day and it's emotional, like put your feet up, have a cup of tea, have a Kit Kat. Your child's fine. They're having a great day. They'll be home soon. Like little things that are so special. And you're also creative. Like you guys can come up with all sorts of ideas, right? I used to have a subscription to a monthly to send monthly flowers. So, you know, these flowers that go in the letterboxes. I used to have a monthly subscription. It was just their lowest range, and it cost me, I think, at the time about £15 a month. And every month, I would send a bunch of flowers through the post to one particular parent or teacher that I just felt needed a hug, needed some love, needed us to know we were thinking of them, or maybe as a thank you for something that they had done. You know, maybe they had, you had Bring a Buddy Week. I had one lady once, we did Bring a Buddy Week, and she brought 4 friends and they all signed up. Like she got my flowers that month. I had another lady who had just lost her mum, and then her dad went into hospital 2 days after the funeral, and then he passed away and she fell down the stairs and broke her ankle. Like you couldn't make it up. This poor mum was having such an awful kind of run of bad luck. And so I sent her flowers 1 month. And these things just wowed, really wowed these people that are on the receiving end. The other thing you can do is think about some of your events that you do yearly, like your exams or your shows. What could you add into these experiences that means that you do something extra special that nobody else does, or that you haven't heard of anybody else doing? Or maybe you do something for your leavers. Maybe when you have that group of seniors that is just so horrible when they leave and they all leave together and they go off to university, you know, maybe you have a graduation party and they all get a little gift. I did like a little goodie bag for them all. But I also did little goodie bags when my seniors were going through their exams, like GCSEs and A-levels. I just put a little care pack together that I gave out to them, which they just absolutely adored. So I want you to really sit and think about, how can I create these wow moments? And they don't all have to cost lots of money. Sometimes it could just be a phone call home. Just wanted to check on Lacey because we haven't seen her for a few weeks. Wanted to make sure that she was healing fine after her operation, or, you know, something that just makes it really special. And these wow moments are not only the things that keep people glued to your school, that keep them wanting to stay with you forever, but it's also the things that help to create really great word of mouth and a great reputation. And so whilst they might cost you some pennies, at the same time, it's an investment that comes right back at you. Because if you can become that 5-star school, if you can become that school that goes the extra mile, that does all these extra wow things that nobody else does, you become the memorable one. So have a little think about any business that you've ever been to where you thought, gosh, that was really good. Like we stayed at that hotel and, you know, at reception, they had glasses of juice and apples that you could help yourself to. Or when we went into the room, I stay at a Holiday Inn in Birmingham where I run my conference, and they have so many lovely little tiny touches, tiny things that don't cost anything. Like they always write a little welcome message on the mirror in the bathroom in lipstick. Like it's just cute. It's just fun and it's cute and it just feels personal. You know, even though Holiday Inn is a big national brand, it feels personal. Actually, I didn't know if you knew this, but Holiday Inn is a franchise. And so that always amazes me because I think, yeah, the person who owns that franchise knows how to go the extra mile. Another great example, same hotel. We finished conference day 2, every doors opened, everybody was walking out, and the Holiday Inn team were all standing outside handing out ice creams to all of my delegates. Like I hadn't paid for that. I hadn't asked them to do that. It was just a little extra wow moment that they threw in for the delegates, but more for me, so that I come back. I keep running my conference there year after year. So there we go, folks. I want you to go and think about yourselves. I want you to think about how many wow moments you have in a student's lifetime, beginning, middle, end. What could you do for them? The events that you run. What can you do to go that extra mile and make everything extra special? And I would really love to know what some of these things are. So if you're watching on YouTube, please drop a comment below. And if not, just send me a private message. You can find Deborah Laws on Facebook or Dance Business Lab on Instagram, and let me know what some of your lovely wow moments are. All right, everybody, take care. So I wanted to tell you that this episode is kindly sponsored by Sally at Dance Studio Marketing, who is your go-to solution for growing your dance school through the power of social media. So if you're feeling overwhelmed at trying to attract new students, at Dance Studio Marketing, Sally helps dance studio owners just like you to leverage the power of social media and paid ads to bring in a steady stream of students, which of course helps you to achieve more balance in your life. So if you're ready to grow with less stress, visit sallyprendergast.com, or you can connect with Sally at Dance Studio Marketing on your favorite social media platform today. My clients are getting fabulous results using Sally. So let's get those ads going and let's get your school growing.